Hello, and welcome to our podcast. I'm Gabby Coburn.
I'm Kat Galarraga,
and this is Besties Unfiltered. Wow. This is our first podcast of the first month of the first year.
And we are super excited to try this new adventure.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I'm really nervous. I am.
I mean, that's as expected. It's a new thing. We're new to this podcast world.
Yes, we are. And it's funny because this is something I've been wanting to do for a really long time. And I was like, when am I going to do this? Mm-hmm. And Kat and I were just kind of talking, and we're like, it'd be so cool if we could do a podcast together, because we literally spent hours on the phone talking. I'm like, we need to record everything. And
that's how it started.
And it's my word of the year. Everyone picks a word of the year, or they have a list of their resolution stuff, but I picked a word this time because I never go through with my resolution. It's ambition, and this is my year to kind of get everything I want done, start those new projects, and really stuff that I've been putting off for the past almost 3 years since I've had...
Time to make things happen.
Yeah, since I've had kids.
2 beautiful kids, by the way.
Thank you. I think they're beautiful.
They're
mine. And yeah, that's my word, and that's why we're here.
I agree. It was definitely like a yes year, you know, like we're down to do the podcast, like we're ready to take this like full on, and we're excited.
Yeah, last year was my no year, learning to say no. This year is my yes
I need to work on that. Maybe no's this year for me.
Oh, yeah.
My word was purpose, though. I was like, I want a purpose this year. I want to like get up, start my day, like wake up early, earlier.
12.
Yeah, me. Are you a morning person?
I have to be. I don't have a choice. I have walking alarms that wake me up at like 6:30.
True. But that's like the best alarm. That'll get you going.
Yeah. It's funny. You texted me this morning. You're like, yay, it's our podcast. And she texted me, I think it was like 10. I was like, is this explicit? I don't know. But I was
Go
like,
for
girl. No, I was like, I've been up for 3 hours. I've made breakfast for 4 people.
I was like just getting started. I was like, can we pick up coffee on the way there?
Yes. That's why we're here together. And we balance each other. So yeah, that's how we started this first journey together on this recording. I love your dress, by the way.
Oh my God, thank you. I love your denim jumpsuit, by the way.
Well, what happened? Where did we get this?
This is our time to lead into our wonderful sponsor. We got these stunning denim outfits at Vagabond Apparel Boutique, and they're located in Palm Beach Gardens, downtown Palm Beach Gardens. And we've worked with them before. They're absolutely amazing. We love the owner. She's always there, like, doing events and, like, pop-ups. So we just wanted to give a wonderful shout-out to our great sponsor, Vagabond Apparel Boutique. And
you can follow them on Instagram.
Vagabond Apparel Boutique.
With the @ symbol in front of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
that takes me, when we were shopping or picking out our outfits for today, kind of reminded me how we started this friendship and, well, how we rekindled.
Yeah.
That's the main thing that you'll learn. We actually met in high school.
Catholic schoolgirls.
Yes, that's right. We are Catholic schoolgirls. And Kat says we didn't have any classes together. I thought we did. And
I don't think so.
It was kind of a thing where we had different friend groups, but we
knew of each other. We were always, like, friendly, nice. Like, at random parties, we'd say hi and, like, socialize. But I don't want to say cliques, because we weren't really cliquey either. We were just nice to everyone, both of us.
Yeah.
I feel like if people described us, they'd be like, oh, they're so sweet, they're so nice.
Well, I hope they say that about me.
Yeah. No, I would say that about you.
I would say that about you.
Exactly.
So that kind of happened, and then high school ends, and you go to college, and everyone kind of goes in their own little journey. So we didn't talk. We didn't see each other for the longest time. Yeah. And then Kat had a job where she had to reach out to me, and she was like, hey, like, you know, I need to do this collaboration. Can we work together?
And you were, like, starting kind of, like, lifestyle, like, get your foot in the door type situation then.
And that's another thing. We're both really creative.
Yes.
And we're always working on...
We needed outlets.
Yeah. And so at that time, I was like, oh, I'm going to be an influencer, and I'm going to start my Instagram. And so Kat had reached out to me, let's do a collaboration. And I was like, oh, my God, someone from high school is reaching out to me. Yeah. This is good. And we met up. And it was...
We had coffee.
And then we started doing photo shoots and shopping together.
And we haven't stopped talking since. We, like, text each other every day, twice a day. Or audio notes. I just hear, like, her kids in the background.
Guilty.
Like, oh, sorry.
I am the audio notes friend.
Or I'm the type of person, like, I'll call her, and I know she probably won't pick up, but I'll leave her the voicemail so she hears it and knows why I called, so then we both can, like, know where we left off on the conversation. Because if not, I'll forget why I called you. So I always leave you a voicemail if you don't pick up.
You know, I should probably change my word, and it should be pick up your damn phone.
Well, you always reach out, whether it's a day, whatever. It's like all those memes. It's like sometimes you don't respond right away, but it's like those friendships where we'll send each other stuff on Instagram, WhatsApp. Like we have like 3 different apps where we communicate.
And within 1 minute. That's the best part. So, I mean, it's funny because sometimes it's like you go through these moments in life where your friends, you don't talk to them for a long time, and you're like, Are we still friends? Yeah. Is this, I don't know, like you start overthinking it, me, because I always overthink everything. Kat knows. If I couldn't live without Kat, because she's like, stop thinking.
Yeah. Like, just do it.
Yeah. And so then you wonder what happened, you know, with our friendship. Is it just because we're in different paths right now? And like, are we going to get back together? And we did. Yeah. And I think you can too. If there's that one friend that you are thinking about and you want to reach out and you're like, well, she hasn't called me.
Right.
Just do it.
Just call, text them, be like, hey, what's up? Like, how have you been? Like, I heard you, I don't know, go on their Instagram and see what their latest, like, event was. Or, like, how was that wedding? Like, it looked fun. Like, just a little spark.
What's the worst thing that could happen if you reached out to that one friend that you haven't heard about or heard from in a long time? Like, they're going to be like, don't answer. They don't answer. Or, hey, it's great to see you or great to hear from you.
Well, I think with us, too, it's like we both have such a sense of, like, respect for each other because we're in completely different stages in our life, but we just love to make sure that we're both, like, happy, and if, like, one of us is feeling down, the other one kind of brings the other one up. Like, we have a respect, but we also are there for each other.
Yeah, and that's another good point is, like, pick your friends wisely. And as you get older, you start to like shy away from having the big group of friends and having more of like those 5 really good friends that are going to bring the best out of you.
It's not quantity, it's quality.
That's right.
It's so true though. Like I'm such a homebody though too, in the sense where it's like if people tell me to go out, I'm like, give me a plan, like tell me a week in advance, so I have it saved. Like I'm not that spontaneous. I'm working on it. I'm not that spontaneous.
Well, now you have someone in your life who's super spontaneous and kind of...
I have to be.
Yeah.
But no, it's just like I need more of a push when it comes to spontaneity, but I rather have things planned out so like I can make sure I'll be there and I know that I make time for my friends as well. So planning for me makes it easier to make time for everybody.
Yeah, and I think, I don't know, you can have different friends and like different personalities, like who have different personalities. And it's not always going to be, you know...
It's not always going to mesh well.
No, it's not. But you're going to learn and you're going to have fun with it. And it's okay.
Again, it's like a relationship. Like, pick your pros and cons. Like, pick your battles. Like, if something that they do irritates you, but, like, you look past that, like, it's going to happen. Like, nobody's perfect. Like, there are going to be parts that, like, irritate you, just like a relationship would.
Yeah, well, then it also comes to, like, you're going to start to get to know them better and know what ticks them off and know, okay, like, crap, I can't call you for that. Like, oh, my God.
Or if I'm hungry.
I want to say something. I'm not going to name this friend, but for New Year's, it wasn't New Year's. It was one day that I had to be somewhere X, and she lives near that place, and it only made sense for me to go. I was working out. It only made sense for me to go to her house to shower so I can make it to my event. I was like, do I call her and be like, can I use your shower? There are some friends that I wouldn't even call and just show up and be like,
right. But you like hesitated.
But like she had family over and like it was during the holiday. I was like, oh my God, I would be a terrible. Like my other friend was like, if you call her, you're going to die. Like, you can't call her. She'll never talk to you again. I was like, okay.
Really? It would have been that bad?
Yeah, in the situation that I was in. Like,
in that time,
and
with
like,
everything going on.
Yeah, I mean, she probably would have been like, sure, no problem.
Yeah.
But I know it would have, like, she'd been like, God damn.
Really? Now?
Yeah.
Now?
So, yeah, you get to learn things about your friends and like, okay, be careful with what you say around this friend or what you do with this friend. And it's okay. Like, you still be yourself, but you also have to respect your friends too.
Yeah, respect is key.
And so if you're thinking about, you know, that one friend that you haven't talked about in a while, I was telling Kat, like, oh my God, I found this really cool post on the New York Times. And it was called like the 8-minute call.
I wonder if like 8 minutes is like strategy, like just enough, just right.
Like this therapist, I could pull it up, but this therapist was saying how 8 minutes is enough time to connect. Mm-hmm. And it's enough time that it's not overwhelming. Like, it's not enough time. Like,
it's like a little catch up.
Yeah, and it was, whoever you're thinking about is a significant other. Mm-hmm. If it's that one friend that you're best friends in high school, or just someone that you haven't talked to in, like, months.
Right.
And then you're thinking about them a lot, it's just pick up the phone and call them for 8 minutes. Yeah. And some people I've saw some comments were like, well, if I call this friend, she's going to talk for like 45 minutes. Like, I can't do 8 minutes. All I have is 8 minutes. Yeah. So it's like, you could do a strategy. Like, if you're going to go to the grocery store and it takes you 8 minutes to get there, you call her, hey, I'm on my way to the grocery store.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, I got 8 minutes to chat. I've been thinking about you, la la la.
Give yourself like a time frame in and out just in case.
Yes.
Like, oh, well, I just pulled in. No.
It's like,
you're thinking about them. They appreciate that you thought of them. And you're like, oh, I was just thinking of you. But like, by the way, like I just got to the grocery store. I got some stuff to do. But please like text me or call me again to like chat again.
Yeah, you can do, and you don't even have to make plans. Like, sometimes I'm so like, I have to make plans. If I call them, I have to make plans. Like, okay, we'll get coffee. And it's like, I will never get coffee with you this month. Right. I don't have time this month.
Right.
So just call them and just tell them, hey, thinking about you, praying for you, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
And just say,
how's the new year treating you?
Yeah.
I wonder how long you can use that for, like till mid-month.
Yeah. Is it still a thing? I don't know.
So I keep saying, whoever I run into, I still say Happy New Year because I haven't seen them all year.
It's going to be March and be like, Happy New Year.
It's still the first week. I feel like it's still fresh.
Yeah. But, so that I saw that post. If you are on Instagram, go on New York Times, I think, well.
I think it was like _well.
_well.
Yeah.
There's a post about it. It's really cool. Mm-hmm. Our friendship, we're in different stages of life right now, but somehow we still mesh very well. And I think it's great because you have a different perspective on life than I do, and vice versa. Yeah. So, like, in the situation that I'm in, I probably only see like one point of view. I'm like, I'm drowning. I don't know. My kids are going off the wall, but they're excited and happy. And I was like, I just want to read my book. And I call Kat and I'm like, I don't know what to do. She's like, you're doing great. Just breathe, And for me,
doing
it was
great,
like,
sweetie.
Yeah.
I always say that.
Yeah, I love that. And so I think it's nice to have a balance in a friendship too. And just I'm a go, like nonstop. And Kat is the more, she has plans. She like, okay, we have enough time for this. We have, let's do this. And I need that in my life. So I'm blessed to have you in my life.
I'm blessed to have you in my life. No, but it's true. Like, we balance each other out. Like, either I'm stressed. I feel like we're never like both like calm and like good. Like, one of us is always like going crazy, or like something's going on in our lives that's like stressing us out. And then one of us will kind of like reel us back in and like kind of tame it down. Okay, like, this is a perspective I'm seeing, because it's different when you're stressed about a specific situation or relationship or whatever it can be. Like, it'll drive you nuts because you're overthinking or overanalyzing something. So it's nice to have somebody else's perspective, like from the outside, being like, no, you're like overlooking, you're overthinking this specific situation, and give you tips on how to handle it.
Yeah,
and it's someone you can trust.
I was gonna say, and the best part is to have that friend, because I could call my mom. I do call my mom for certain things. Mom, shout out to you. I love you. But there's just some things that I can't call her for. Yeah.
That's different.
Not that I can't. I know that I'd rather call Kat and talk about that with her. And that's why friendships are so important.
Yeah.
Because, it helps you get through life. And are husbands considered best friends?
Yeah, you can. I feel like it started off as like best friends, and then you kind of like build that relationship into more. I don't know. Every relationship's different too.
You know what's funny is my mom always said, like, you can't have a guy best friend. Oh, she always told me that my whole life. And I was like, I have like 10 guy best friends. What are you talking about? He's like, nope, it's not going to work out. I was like, what? So,
well, people always just assume like, oh, like if it's a guy best friend, like they like you, like they're there because they want to like hook up, or, like they're not really there.
I know, it's like,
oh, I'm just your friend.
Are they really my friend?
Or unless they're like mutual friends of your husband or your boyfriend. Then I feel like that's different, because you're always going to be in like group settings with them. That's different.
That's true. I'm talking like best guy friend.
I don't have any.
Well, I don't have any now.
I wonder why.
I mean, like, now that looking back at it.
Yeah.
I bet you those guy best friends wanted more than just being my best friend, but I was so naive.
Really stick around, I guess, for that. They're gonna be like,
Yeah.
Unless they're like good family friends that you've like grown up with too.
Yeah.
Because I have a few
That's
of those.
true.
Like that, like my family knows, like they've just been around. But it's almost like a cousin at that point, you know? They're just like...
Yeah, then they become your brother.
Yeah, literally.
Cousin brother. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the funny thing, I remember always throwing that out, like, oh, he's like my brother. And they're like, what? No, that's not what I wanted. So, I mean, I can see how my mom said you can't really have a guy best friend. But I think there's always a, what do they call it? When it's like, you're not bending the rules, but there's always like something to a rule.
I don't know.
Oh, I'll have to Google that later.
I'll figure that one
out. I'll Google
no,
it.
but for me, like, I have 2 sisters, so it's like completely, like, you have 1 brother, so it's like completely different dynamics. Like, I told her, I'm like, I'm her sister.
Yeah.
Like, because you would talk to me as if I was talking to, like, either one of my sisters. And I go to them for everything. My sisters know a little too much. Shout out to sisters.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny because a lot of, like, your families can be your really close friend.
Yeah. I'm too close to my family.
Same. I'm actually living with
but
my
I
family
love
right
it. So am I. Another podcast,
yes,
so we'll be talking
about
living with our parents.
Yeah.
Oh, so fun.
The good and the bad.
Many perks.
Yeah, so back
Many
to friends.
cons.
Back to friends, because I don't want
Back to friends. We'll talk about that another podcast.
touchy subject.
But it's fun. Like, we both love it, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do. And, you know, though, it's hard to invite my friends over when I'm living.
Yeah, because you're on, like, their time. Like, you kind of feel bad. It's almost like you'd be like, can this person come over for a bit?
I feel like I'm back in high school again because I'm like, Dad, do you have any plans tonight? Can I invite my friends, my girlfriends over? He's like, oh, I just wanted to watch a movie alone with them. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So
then you have to, like, work around them.
Yeah, I have kids and a husband. I still have to ask my parents for permission on things.
Well, I think that's why I like planning stuff out, because I'm like, okay, I need to plan this out. I can see you this day, because, again, I'm not going to invite my friends over. Then my mom's going to be there, like, my dad, like, sister, you know, like, it's just going to be different. So I'm like, like, let's plan this out. Like, let's go to dinner. That's why I always like being social. I don't know. I'm a social butterfly in that sense.
I love to go out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a person who goes out and...
But I'm like a dinner girl. Like, I don't like out. I like, let's go to dinner, like, have some wine, or, like,
Are you a
cocktail.
brunch girl?
I like brunch. Brunch is a little bit better because it's, like, earlier in the day, like... You can drink to an extent. I don't like mimosas, though. Like, I don't like brunch drinks or, like, cocktails.
I'm going to be the bad person here. I hate brunch.
Really? But, like, you don't like brunch food or just in general, the whole brunch concept?
The brunch, I don't know. I feel like it just shoots it kills my whole day. I have brunch and I go home and I feel awkward. I'm like, do I have dinner now? Or do I... And I'm like, am I drunk? Am I not drunk? I don't know. And then it's a Sunday. Everyone, why are you doing brunch on a Sunday? I have to work the next day.
Yeah, but that's why you do it earlier. So then you have time to, like, eat enough, like, hydrate, go to bed somewhat earlier. True.
I don't know. Maybe you can get me to love brunch again. But
I think brunch is fun. I'm not even a big breakfast person. Like, I think it's just the concept of, what's my reason? There's, like, waffles, like, French toast. Yeah. Like, do you like mimosas?
Okay. They're okay.
They're all right.
I don't know. Does really anybody?
I feel like that's like the big. Yeah, I feel like that's like the big because it's like champagne, or I don't like champagne to begin with. So for me, it's kind of like, but I'll do like Bellinis or.
So brunch and dinner is a good way to rekindle with your friends.
There you go.
Or you can just do an 8-minute phone call. And I thought it fit in pretty well at this podcast.
I think so, too.
Are we still friends? Well, let's find out. 8-minute call.
We're going to have all our friends call us now.
Call me.
Like, wow, honestly... it's been such a long time. Like, now we know, like, who really wants to reach out to us. This is going to be a test. This was actually just to test all our friends.
See who's going to call me.
Who's actually going to reach out to us.
I feel like, is this an 8-minute call?
Or whoever watches this podcast is supporting us, so we know.
Yes, and that kind of says, like, you guys are part of our friend group. Yeah, our Besties Unfiltered, our group chat. So you have now entered the group chat.
Please leave any comments, too, of if you thought this was fun, this was useful, like any friend advice, friend tips, like, please let us know, because we're always trying to learn and make our relationships more special. And
this is our first one. It takes balls to come up here right now. Like, I know it's just me, you, and our friend Brandon over there. But I'm proud we did this, and this is the start to a new year, start to a new ambition.
Was this better than you thought?
Yes.
Was this a lot easier now that you have me, like, you can
I know,
do it?
I'm just, like, smiling because I feel
I'm
better.
like, focus on me. It'll be fine. It's like
I
we're
know.
just talking in the car.
Yeah. No, it was good. I'm
Even
happy.
on the way here, I was like, do you want coffee? Like, what do you want? And then we started talking randomly about, like, food and, like, a snack. And we literally have spoken for, like, a half hour just on that.
I know. Actually, yesterday when we met up, I was like, oh my God, we just talked for so long last night. Are we going to have anything to talk about tomorrow?
We always have something to talk about. Or something happens and we're like, oh my God, this happened to me today. Like, can you believe it?
Yeah, and that's what I'm excited about is, like, sharing those life experiences that we're going to. And we're on two completely different pages of life and friendship. We're, like, on the same page.
Yeah.
But married, 2 kids, you know, and you just started a really nice relationship. So we're excited about that. We'll be sharing all the secrets about that one. So we'll be sharing a lot of fun things and talking about relationships with friends, significant others.
Family.
And
pets. We both have dogs.
Oh, yeah.
We're dog mamas.
Yeah, you're only allowed in this group chat if you love dogs. Just kidding. We allow everybody.
I mean, we allow all pets, but specifically dog moms are.
Dogs for life. And then also how to keep a creative lifestyle while being these boss women that we are. So,
boss babes.
Thanks for listening, and can't wait to chat in our next podcast.
I know. So this is an unfiltered space with your new besties.
Bye.
Bye.